Club football is now over. We're 1 week away from Ecuador versus Qatar, the kickoff of the 2022 World Cup. While this year's World Cup is a little bit strange, it's taking place during the winter, in the middle of the season. I'm not here to talk about the problems with Qatar. Frankly, I'm not educated enough to talk about it. I'm here to talk about purely football and the World Cup, the biggest competition in the world. So, as we're closing in on the World Cup, I'm going to be giving you my group stage predictions. I'm also going to be giving you the team I think are going to win the World Cup, young player of the tournament, player of the tournament, golden boot, all of that stuff. But it's World Cup predictions. It's a big video, maybe the biggest of the year. So let's try to get 30 likes on this video, so make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. It's a big video, it's World Cup predictions. So I have asked someone to come on and give their predictions for the World Cup, so make sure to watch the entire video to find out who it is. This video is going to be a long one, so I don't want to waste any more of your time. So let's get into my 2022 World Cup predictions. Starting off with Group A, you have the host Qatar, Ecuador, Senegal and the Netherlands. In fourth place in this group, I'm going to go with Ecuador. Yes, they are a better footballing team than Qatar. They do have better players. Any other tournament, and these two are in the same group, I would have said Qatar would finish bottom, but they are the host nation. Sometimes they can carry you. For example, Russia made the quarterfinals of the World Cup. So Ecuador will finish bottom. They won't get a single point in this group, losing every single game. Third place, I've gone with Qatar. I know I said, being the home nation could carry them to a quarter-final, for example. But in all fairness, they're up against the Netherlands and Senegal. Although I do think they'll beat Ecuador in the opening game of the World Cup, that's the only points they're getting, and Qatar will finish third in this group. Second, I've gone with Senegal. Sadio Mane has made the squad, despite injury doubts. But it's not been reported whether Sadio Mane is actually fit. They could have just included him in the squad for the chance he might make the round of 16. We're not sure if he will play in the group. Now, I'm assuming Sadio Mane will give everything to represent his country at the World Cup, but him only coming back from injury will hurt. Edouard Mendy, he's terribly out of form. He's been displaced at Chelsea by Kepa. During AFCON, Senegal did struggle to score goals, with Sadio Mane only coming back from injury. They might struggle again. So they will get out of the group, but they will struggle and they'll finish second. And in first, that obviously means we'll have the Netherlands. Missed out in the 2018 World Cup, so a lot of fantastic players. Virgil van Dijk, for example, haven't even played in a World Cup. Well, this is their opportunity, and at least in the group stages, they're going to start off well, finishing top of this group. They have a very good squad. You look at the likes of Frankie de Jong, Virgil van Dijk, but a player I think you should look out for is Cody Gakpo. I think he's going to explode at this World Cup. He's going to be one of the Netherlands' best players. He's over 6 foot and he's a winger, and he's still speedy. He's very good on the ball, really good dribbler, and he can add goals. He's been one of the best players in Europe this season. Gakpo is going to have a fantastic World Cup. It looks like he'll leave PSV in the next 12 months, so a good World Cup will be brilliant for PSV because that'll just shoot up his price. So that's Group A over and done with. I thought it was relatively straightforward. Just because Qatar are the host nation, they could cause an upset, but to be honest, I don't see it happening. Group B, England, Iran, USA and Wales. It's fairly straightforward. I'm not even going to go into any details. Iran finished bottom of this group. They have some good players, but it doesn't really compare to any other of the teams in this group. I don't see them getting a single point in this group. They might scrap a draw with the likes of Wales or USA, but to be honest, I don't see it happening. Third, I'm going to go with the US of A. I just don't think they're ready. They have a lot of very young, good, talented players, but I just don't think they're ready just yet. The manager isn't great. They don't play very good football. They don't use the players they have to their best ability. If the LeBron James of soccer, Christian Pulisic, can start scoring a few goals, maybe USA could get out of this group, but to be honest, I don't see it. Second, I'm going to go with Wales. Gareth Bale just shows up for Wales, doesn't he? It goes back to that old saying, Wales Golf Madrid, or well now, Wales Golf LA. You have players like Aaron Ramsey, Gareth Bale, the experienced players, and you have young players like Brennan Johnson, Nico Williams in this World Cup squad for Wales. It's a nice mix, and I see them going through to the knockout stages. In first place, I'm going England. They have a very talented squad. I don't think Gareth Southgate is a fantastic manager. I think he should leave England after this World Cup. They have the individual talent to top this group and go to the knockout stages at least. I don't see them winning the World Cup, but they definitely have the players to top this group. Group C, Poland, Mexico, Saudi Arabia and Argentina. Lionel Messi's year. Come on, it's his last World Cup. So far this season he has 29 goal involvements and some people call him finished. Lionel Messi, he's going to be unreal at this tournament. Top in the group, Saudi Arabia. I can't claim to know that much about Saudi Arabian footballers. Could not name you a single footballer from Saudi Arabia. There's 3 very good teams and Saudi Arabia in this team, so your brain tells you Saudi Arabia finished bottom of this group. Third, I'm going to go with Poland. There was some shocking news that Robert Lewandowski made the Poland squad. I was surprised by this. It's crazy how their best player made their squad. I have some good players. I like Zielinski from Napoli, but I just don't think it's enough. Maybe some individual brilliance from Robert Lewandowski can get them out of this group, but to be honest, I don't see it. They'll definitely put up a fight. They'll get some points on the board, but they'll just about miss out to second place, Mexico. Lewandowski is one of the best strikers in the world, but when it comes to World Cups, you don't want to be up against a Kocha. This guy literally shows up every 4 years, has an absolute masterclass, and then goes missing for another 4 years. Although on paper, Poland probably have a better squad. It's just Mexico at World Cups. They just bring different vibes. Raul Jimenez is desperately out of form. He hasn't scored an open play goal for Mexico in 2 years. But you know what? I'm going to make a bold prediction. Raul Jimenez, who hasn't scored an open play goal for Mexico in 2 years, will score more goals at the World Cup than Robert Lewandowski.
Are you serious right now, bro?
I gotta add a little bit of excitement to this group stage prediction. So there you go, Raul Jimenez, he's gonna score more than Lewandowski. Make sure to come back to this video when I look like an absolute idiot. And first, of course, it's Argentina. It's Lionel Messi's year. Wearing last year's jersey where they won the Copa America, now it's time for Lionel Messi to win the World Cup. He's just in fantastic form. It's not like the rest of the players are in bad form. There's a lot of quality in this Argentina squad. It's a good squad. And then there's Lionel Messi, which makes it a great squad because he is the greatest ever. And I expect him to turn it on in this tournament. Group D, Tunisia, Denmark, Australia and France. And the World Cup curse happened again to France, who are the current World Cup holders. For the last 20 years, the team that wins the World Cup goes out in the group stage of the following World Cup. You go back 2 months ago, Denmark, who were in France's group for both the Nations League and the World Cup, Denmark beat France. Bottom of the group, I'm going to go with Tunisia. They're nothing special. I see them maybe getting a draw with Australia, but that's about it. They'll do nothing memorable, and it'll be a dull, boring World Cup for the Tunisian fans. Third, and you know what, I want one bold prediction. France are finishing third. They are not getting out of their group. Yes, they are miles better than Australia, but you know what, it's the World Cup curse.
Why not?
I'm going to buy into the whole voodoo thing, and though they have a fantastic squad, some brilliant players, and individual talent alone should get them out of this group. Form recently has been terrible, and you know what, they're going to get grouped. Please don't come back to this video when France finish top and don't lose a single game. Second, I've gone with Australia. When it comes to World Cups, Australia, you know, they just give them vibes, don't they? They'll just about scrape past France to get second in this group and advance to the knockout stages of the World Cup. Which means Denmark will finish top of this group, carried by Christian Eriksen. Eriksen just turns it on when it comes to Denmark, and trust me, I know, I'm Irish. He scored 3 goals versus my country in a 5-1 win for Denmark in a World Cup playoff. Denmark have a good squad, they're in good form, and I reckon they will top this group. Group E, Spain, Costa Rica, Germany and Japan. Fourth, I'm going to go with Japan. They do have some quality players, but I just don't think it'll be enough to get out of this group. I think they're just going to flop at this World Cup and they won't do nothing. Third, Costa Rica. Keylor Navas in goals is just about going to carry Costa Rica to a third place finish. Costa Rica will take a point off Spain, but that's just about it in terms of what they'll do in this group. Second, I've gone with Spain. A lot of really notable absentees from the Spain squad. David De Gea, Thiago Alcantara, Sergio Ramos. A lot of very good players missing out in the Spanish squad, and instead those experienced players miss out for the youth of Gavi, Pedri, Yermi Pino. I really like this Spain squad. I think they can go far in this tournament. I just don't think they'll be top in this group because I also really like this Germany squad, who will be finishing first. Marco Reus sadly misses out on this Germany squad due to injury. It honestly breaks my heart. Yes, they've lost a very good player, Marco Reus, but they're still a very talented Germany squad, and I reckon they will top this group. It'll be interesting to see how far both Germany and Spain go in this World Cup, because I could see both teams making it to the semi-finals. Group F, Belgium, Canada, Morocco and Croatia. Bottom of the group, I'm going to go with Morocco. They do have some good players, I just don't think it'll be enough versus these 3 teams. Hakimi's a brilliant player, one of the best right backs in the world, but in the end of the day, he is a right back. I don't think he's going to be providing moments of brilliance in every single game to get Morocco points. So sorry to all the Moroccans watching, but you will be finishing bottom of the group. Third, I'm going to go with Canada. They have some good players, Jonathan David, Alphonso Davies, but I don't think it's enough versus the likes of Belgium and Croatia, who both made it to the World Cup semi-finals in 2018. They'll beat Morocco and they'll finish third in this group, but they won't be making it to the knockout stages. It is a young Canadian squad, so in 4 years' time when they do host the World Cup, I think there's a chance they definitely make it to the knockout stages. But this time, I don't think so. Second, I'm going to go with Croatia. Luka Modric is still balling out for Croatia at 37 years of age. I mean, he's just a magician. Perisic is still doing well at Spurs. There's a lot of talent in this Croatia squad, definitely enough to get to the knockout stages. I reckon it'll be fairly straightforward. They'll beat both Canada and Morocco, but they'll end up losing to Belgium, who will top this group. You look at that Belgium squad, it's full of quality. Kevin De Bruyne is the best midfielder in the world. Him alone could carry a nation through to the knockout stages. He's just fantastic, and you look at all the other brilliant players in the squad, they easily top this group. Group G, Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland and Cameroon. And bottom of this group is going to be Cameroon. They have some good players, but they weren't impressive at the AFCON. They're not in great form. And looking at the teams they're up against, I really don't see them doing anything special. So, for me, Cameroon finished bottom of this group. Third, I'm going to go with Serbia. Though they have a good squad, you knocked Ireland out in the World Cup, so this is my revenge. Fuck you, Serbia. Fuck you. To be honest with you, I hate Serbia. They always seem to knock out Ireland of every single qualifying competition. So, this is my spiteful revenge. Serbia will finish third in the group and will not be going to the knockout stages. In second, I'm going to go with Switzerland. They have some good players. Granit Xhaka is in fantastic form. Zoran Shaqiri, though he is playing in America, he's still a quality player. I wouldn't say they go far in this World Cup, but I do think they will get out of the knockout stages. First, I'm going to go with Brazil. It's Neymar's year. I know I said it's Messi's year, but it's both of their years. They've both been fantastic so far this year. Brazil is such a fantastic squad, so many technically brilliant players. That's just what you associate with Brazil. They have the best goalkeeper in the world in Alisson. They have probably one of the best, if not the best player in the world based on form, Neymar. It's just a fantastic squad, and Brazil easily top this group. Group H, you got Portugal, Ronaldo's last World Cup, Ghana, Uruguay and South Korea. And bottom of the group, I'm going to go with Ghana. Yes, they have a few players that have just changed nationality. Inaki Williams, Tariq Lamptey, Callum Hudson-Odoi. But they're just not going to do anything notable in this World Cup. They're not going to be anything special. They get a draw off South Korea, but they won't do anything else, and they finish bottom of this group. In third place, I'm going to go with South Korea. Heung-min Son isn't in very good form, but he's still a fantastic player. And when it comes to your country, you're always going to try your best, and his brilliance will just about get them third in this group. Then second, I'm going to go with Portugal. Cristiano Ronaldo's last World Cup. I don't see him doing the same as I see Leo Messi or Neymar doing in their last World Cups. He's just not playing for Man United, so he's not going to be ready, and he's not going to be in the form or match fitness to really give us all for Portugal. I see them getting out of this group. I see them making it to maybe the quarterfinals, but I don't see them winning the World Cup. Though in an ideal world, I think we all dream of a Messi versus Ronaldo World Cup final. And then first, Uruguay. They have so many good players, and I think it's a squad that's really going under the radar. Fede Valverde, Darwin Núñez, Edison Cavani, and of course Luis Suarez. It's a fantastic squad. It's a really good team. I see them making it to about the quarterfinals. And for me, they do top this group. So that was my group stage predictions. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments. Make sure to leave your group stage predictions in the comments. Now let's move on to my World Cup winner. For this World Cup, my mind says Brazil. They have the best squad. They have some of the best players. But my heart says Argentina. It's Lionel Messi's last World Cup. I'm not someone that religiously loves Lionel Messi. I don't lick his arse. I'm not a Messi fan. But he is the greatest player to ever play the game, so it would be brilliant to see him finally lift the World Cup. I think the World Cup winner will be from South America. It's about time. Last couple of World Cups, they've all been European teams. It's about time one of Brazil or Argentina finally win the World Cup again. And like I already said, my head says Brazil. They have the best squad. But you know what? Just for Lionel Messi alone, just because I want to see him win the World Cup, I want to see him lift the World Cup, I'm backing Argentina to win the World Cup. My dark horses for the World Cup, I'm going to go with Spain. No one really seems to be rating them, but I reckon their team will be going to the semi-final. Golden Boot, I'm going to go Lionel Messi. Like I said, he's going to turn up. Even if he doesn't win the competition, I still see him winning the Golden Boot and player of the tournament. Because, well, it's Lionel Messi, the best there ever is and the best there ever will be. And for young player of the tournament, I backed the Spanish to be the dark horses. I'm one of their midfielders, not Pedri, but I'm going to go with Gavi to win the young player of the tournament. 18 years of age, he's already won the Golden Boy, the Copa Trophy. Now he just has to complete the collection and winning young player of the tournament at the World Cup. The moment you've all been waiting for, the special guest. It's Kino Mahoney. Some of you might know him from TikTok and YouTube. Make sure to leave him a follow. I'll leave all this stuff in the description. I'll now leave it over to him to give his World Cup predictions.
Yo, a message to football always, yeah. First time on the channel. You know what we're saying? Kino Mahoney in the building. Alright. Who do I think is going to win the World Cup? Well, truthfully and honestly, I think Ireland are going to win the World Cup. But shit, we're not in the World Cup. But, I'm messing. So, I think I'm going to have to go with my heart on this one and say Argentina to beat Portugal in the final. Ronaldo against Messi. That's everyone's dream. But Argentina, like, even saying that, they have a good team and I fancy them to win the World Cup this year. Messi to finally lift that trophy.
Thank you, Cian, for that. I'll make sure to go link all his socials in the description, so everyone make sure to go and follow him. So, that was my World Cup predictions. Knowing my predictions in the Premier League, these are all going to be terribly wrong. But you know what, I'll give it a go. And in a month and a half, and I'll react to my World Cup predictions. Hopefully, I'll look like a genius. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I want to hit 30 likes on this video, so hopefully we can do it. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back to this video when Argentina and Lionel Messi has finally won the World Cup. And I'll see you in the next one. Adios.